Standard E, let's go. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, motherfucker! Welcome to Sunday with SWOLA 100. No, welcome to SWOLA201. What the hell, man? What's up, everyone? Welcome. Ola with the math. 1 plus 200 equals 201 and not 121. That's just how it is. Oh, dude, that felt good playing some good old thrash metal in standard E. Holy shit. But wait, what? What is this guitar, Ola? What is this amazing guitar you're playing in standard E? Well, this is the new GC 1.6 Svart right there. You've seen our Svart guitars before. They're black. Svart is black in Swedish. You have an Evertune bridge, you have the Dunker solar pickups. This is a 24 fret G-type, which is not very common, but they do exist. Here's one. Today I'm feeling incredibly watched. You know why? Look at that. There's a camera over there. There's a camera over here. There's a camera over there. There's a camera over everywhere. There's cameras everywhere.
Hello, sir. Hey, Sam. How are you doing? I'm Ola Englund. Welcome to my show, Sunday with Ola.
What's up? Do you guys know that I have a second YouTube channel? What? You had no idea? Well, go up here, click it, subscribe to it. There's content coming on that channel. I'll wait. Subscribe. Hello. Thank you so much for that. You beautiful, beautiful person there on the other side of the screen. Dude, I'm ready for the news. Are you? No? Anyways, that news. Oh, before we start the news, I want to talk about the raffle in the premiere. Holy shit, last week someone won a chug pedal. I can't give away chug pedals every week. That would ruin me. But, you know, today I'm running a raffle for a Feared CD and a sticker. How about that? So I'll start the raffle right now. And you go ahead and join, okay? I'll run for 2 minutes and then at the end of the premiere, I will announce the winner in the premiere chat. How about that? Let's go back to the news. Lamb of God streams 2004 studio footage for Laid to Rest. 20 years ago, a banger was laid down. No shit. Dude, this is such an epic song. Oh, there's a sample rate problem. It's lower than it should be. So sometimes there's a mismatch between the audio interface I use here running into my main. Yeah, you got the idea.
Your second breath I could take.
Also cool to see Chris, you know, because obviously Chris hasn't been with the band for a good while now. It's just nice to see him back, you know, the brews back at it again. Dude, I remember when this song came out, and I was like, I actually did not enjoy it that much when it came out. But then I had a friend that was just playing it over and over, and then eventually showed it to me on guitar, like the main riff. I was like, damn. Let's go. That's such a banger of a riff and a banger of a song right there. Really cool. It's been 20 years since this song came. Fuck. 20 years. And while on the topic about Lamb of God, has Mark Morton just given us a glimpse of his upcoming signature Gibson Les Paul? Okay, 2 years after he signed with Gibson, Lamb of God Metal Machine has seemingly teased his long-awaited signature model. Now an Instagram post from the Grammy-nominated guitarist has seemingly revealed a first glimpse at his upcoming signature Les Paul. Okay, is that the guitar right there? Is it an Epiphone Gibson? I can't zoom in more. It says Gibson. The post gives a very little away, leading with the minimalist caption of "Big show tonight when an eye-catching guitar and Mesa monitor snapped in an empty Bell Center arena in Montreal. However, it looks like Morton's signature is scrawled on the headstock, meaning the quilted maple topped 6-string could very well be a prototype of his personalized Les Paul. Okay, yes. All right, this is easier. It says Gibson on it, and also there's a small little scribble on the truss rod cover, which indicates that it probably is his signature guitar. So pretty cool. We got a sneak peek. We got a sneak peek, everyone. That top is not perfectly matched, but you know what? Sometimes when you see a top like this and you're like, oh, it's not perfectly matched right there, it might actually be matched. It's just that depending on the angle, some things will get lifted out and somewhat. Yes, so it might actually be superly awesomely matched, okay? Don't worry about it. Tremonti dropped a new single called Just Too Much, and let's listen to it with this sample rate conversion that will make it heavier. And dude, that riff, hello baby. I mean, obviously, Tremonti is one of the kings of really good heavy guitar tone. Even though he has Alter Bridge and now also back in Creed, him singing in Tremonti, it sounds very, very good. I think we talked a little bit about Mark singing on his Frank Sinatra album and being completely freaking amazing. Obviously now with the sample rate conversion, it's lower than it should be, but you get the idea. Mark Tremonti, man, holy shit, what a guy. Mike Morton says he needed to get used to being the new guy after rejoining Dream Theater in an area with Spain's Mariscal Rock, blah, blah, blah. Mike was asked to name one difficult thing about his return to Dream Theater, and his response is, I wouldn't say difficult, it has been difficult, it's been very smooth, and the guys have made me feel immediately back at home. I would just say that the thing that I need to get used to was being the new guy in a band that I helped form when I was a teenager. So it's a bit of a transition for me to go from being a bit of a leader as I was back when I left the band. Now I have to kind of find my way back into the chemistry. I need to respect the fact that they've been doing this for 13 years without me, and they have maybe new ways of doing things. I think that any avid fan knows that Mike Portnoy was a very significant deal for everything surrounding the band, not just the music, everything surrounding the band Dream Theater. I mean, he said it himself, Mike Portnoy is Dream Theater's biggest fan. He's working everything around the band. And then to just sit out 13 years, obviously the band's gonna move on and find other ways, to keep everything else going. He says, if I'm being honest, I think it picks up right where Black Clouds left off, to be honest. There's a certain style that the five of us have when we write together, and if you listen to the album with this lineup from 1999, Metropolis Part 2, if you look at the string on 5 or 6 albums, that's the sound and style of these 5 people. So I think that's a good indication of what you can expect with the new Dream Theater album. It definitely sounds like classic Dream Theater. Oh my god. Can it become more exciting than this? No. I'm fairly excited. Holy shit. Thank you, Mike. All right, there's a little bit of a talk going around about Goonies. Goonies, the excellent movie from the 80s that I watched. One of the Goonies guys, Corey Feldman, he's been in a lot of controversial stuff lately. Anyways, he opened up for Limp Bizkit the other week. What? Okay. And Corey was playing guitar, and then there's been allegations saying that he's not playing the guitar. He's fake playing it. All right, I'm pretty sure Corey is playing the guitar right here, because that sounds exactly like it should when someone has no idea what they're doing on the guitar. And why would someone try and fake something like that? Great. Why did I even cover this? I have no fucking idea. Let's move on. All right, maybe not the newest of news, but the Dimebag camp just announced their new brew, the BlackTooth, or the brand BlackTooth. The brand is actually BlackTooth. A toast to Dimebag Darrell's legacy. Welcome to BlackTooth, the spirit of legend bottled. So basically, Crown Royal whiskey splashed with Coke. Basically, Coca-Cola, Dude, I've always loved this picture back in the day. Back when I was in school, I was when was this? Back in middle school. That's when I'm like 15, 16 years old. At art class, I actually made a replica of this picture, but like in big format. I think the assignment was to take a small picture and just blow it out. And I did, of this particular picture right there. I love that picture. I must say, I really like the design of this bottle right there. 7 years, okay. And here is the actual BlackTooth right there. Okay, whiskey and Coke made with blended whiskey. There's a diet option and a non-diet. Do they actually ship to Sweden? Can I buy one can? Is that? No. All right, they only serve the US, so I'm not gonna be able to get this. Until it gets to Sweden, I just have to pour myself a Crown Royal whiskey and a splash of Coke, and I have myself a BlackTooth right there and then. I don't really drink that much nowadays anyway, so I'm probably not gonna make that happen, but very cool. Let's go. And that, my friends, was the news.
Who's up there? You won't escape that way.
Monday morning at the office. I have a bunch of stuff to do today. Yesterday was Sunday with SWOLA 200, and we sold a fair bunch of signed vinyl. So I'm gonna first start the day by signing vinyls. It was the 5-year anniversary of the Master of the Universe album. Do we have any left? I'm not sure. Yes, so it's the 5-year anniversary of this album, Master of the Universe, that we've made as a 5-year anniversary limited edition signed vinyl that looks like this. Hey, Hunden. That looks like this with a black sleeve that's signed, and then you have this inside with this golden vinyl right there. Take a look at that. So that's available on the website right now. We sold plenty, and now I need to sign plenty. This one is signed, so it's just the rest. First things first, someone short has been standing here. All the way to the top, baby. IKEA. So good, man. So good. Love IKEA. From Sweden. All right. Number one. Let's go. I don't know what it is about vinyl, but it's just such a cool format of releasing music. I mean, I've heard that 80% of people buying vinyl don't even own a vinyl player, but it's just the format is too cool, man. And knowing that every single vinyl is handmade, and have different kind of flavors of the gold and all that, that just makes them more unique, in my opinion. Hey, Hunden. Hey, boy. Unfortunately, we can't leave you alone. We still have to put this on you. It's for your own good, okay? All right, 100 vinyl signed. That's a good start right there. Now I saw something else that's truly exciting that I've been waiting for, that I want to unbox, but I'm currently looking for a knife. Look at this. FM3 Turbo right there. I was using the Fractal FM3 a lot for playing live, and before that I used the Axe 8. And since then, the FM3's release, there's been more updates, and now they have FM3 Mark II Turbo. So it's an upgrade in terms of like DSP and stuff like that. I was actually thinking of buying the FM9, but I figured, my pedal format, I like to have 3 buttons live. The FM9 would probably be overkill for me for playing live, so I got the FM3 Turbo instead. So I'm more familiar with the FM3 too, so that will be good. Okay, look at that. Just checking if there's any visual difference between this and the other FM3 that I have. All right. Well, it looks exactly the same. I might be missing something, but who knows. My favorite Mondays include unboxing of new shit. Look at that. That's the FM3 Turbo right there. Can't wait to try it out. I'm probably gonna try and load in all my presets first, and then I gotta try the new shit, basically. They probably changed a lot since I used my FM3. So that's gonna be exciting, and at some point I'm probably gonna bring it up live too to test it out. So another thing I usually do on Mondays like this is that's when I start writing the song for the Sunday with Ola that's coming on Sunday. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, but I'm also figuring out what guitar I'm gonna use for this, because on Fridays we usually release guitars for SWOLA Guitars, and sometimes I try to use that guitar in the Sunday with Ola on the Sunday. So I was just checking right here. There's a bunch of secret guitars, so I don't want to... This is one of those instances where I don't want the camera to follow me, but it's doing it anyways. But because there's a secret guitar down there. So this week's guitar is this. It's the GC 1.6 Svart right there. Oh, and I already spat on it. So that's cool. That's the guitar I'm going to use when I write the song for Sunday with Ola 201. So that's cool. All right, that actually didn't take that long, but I finished the Sunday with Ola song. It's flashy ass fucker. So yeah, finish the song. I can move on to something else. I'm thinking I want to plug in this Fractal FM3 and set it all up. And you know, that's how I try to go about my day, is that, you know, I try to take care of the important stuff, and then I keep a little window of opportunity where I can just, you know, whatever I feel like. If I want to take down a specific guitar and start playing, I can do that. But right now I feel like, you know, I want to connect the Fractal FM3 and, you know, get that going. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, I have USB. The USB, I have the USB. Then I need a cable. And then I need the power cable. Alright, so now I plugged in the FM3. I actually plugged it into this Mesa too, just to try how this into, you know, power amplifier and cabinet. I was actually quite surprised how fast I could make a sick sounding preset. Let me plug it into this. I need to shut off the power amp modeling in the amp block. Okay. Dude, that sounds sick as hell. So yeah, I'm excited again for a Fractal product, to be honest. Very cool. And now people are gonna be like, oh, you're ditching the quad corex. The quad corex is the shittiest piece of shit ever now. No. All of the modelers right now are just incredibly good. And are we still like running this battle? You know, quad cortex against the Tollmaster Pro against the FM3? Why bother? It sounds kick-ass, and there we go. That's an Adventures with Ola on a Monday right there. Hey. Sunday with Ola Contender, where you can take the drums from the intro of the Sunday with Ola and make your own riffs. You upload it to YouTube, and maybe I'll check you out on the next Sunday with Ola. So we're gonna check out the contribution for Sunday with Ola 200 right now today, and it's from M. Lucas. What? Ooh, this sounds very Swedish, this part. Oh, he has a TV with himself up there. Hell yeah. Also something I look very careful into while I'm watching these is the amount of dust on people's desks. I cannot see that much dust on his desk right there. He's very smart. He's mounting the audio interface underneath the desk like a pro, so he's getting rid of a lot of stuff on the desk. I'm just really fascinating how people solve their, computer studio solutions. And I mean, he has a small, what I can see, maybe an IKEA desk. Malm IKEA. He's just using the space in the best way possible. M. Lucas, well done. If you want to be a part of a Sunday with SWOLA Contender, you download the drums in the description of this video. There's also a tutorial down there you can follow if you want on how to be featured on the Sunday with SWOLA Riff Challenge in a Sunday with SWOLA. Hello. All right. So something I've become quite fond of for the past months, you might have seen this, are these. Look at that. That's a neon sign right there. 1, 2. It's on air because, I'm filming. So that's on air. I've grown pretty fond of these neon signs, so I bought an additional one that arrived today. I was thinking of having something over here at the wall up there, for the cameras to see. And I got the package right here. And I figured we would unbox it and see how it looks. Yeah. There it is. All right, this might be a little bit more fragile than the other signs. If this would have been in my home, I would have a sign that said like Carpe Diem, catch the day, or something inspirational. Veni Vidi Vici, or something inspiring like that, motivational. But no, I'm not that kind of guy, I promise. I want real shit. Yes! Holy shit, yes! Chug life, baby, let's go. Dude, that's gonna look so good up there, just saying. So I was thinking, if you follow me, Mr. Camera, that I would have it up there. It seems like I picked, fan, how are you? It seems like I picked baby blue for some reason. Okay, let me plug it in and see how it looks. Look at that, there it is. Chug life, baby. I wonder if it goes on the same remote as the other guys. Let's see. Yes, okay, so it works on the same remote as these. Look at that. That's as bright as they go. That's very bright. That's as low as they go. Brightest. Hell yeah. Let's see. Hell yeah. Take a look at that. It's like a party in here, man. My studio room is slowly turning into a strip club. Great, let's go. Okay, look at that. Are you guys ready? Oh, there's a camera here. Oh, let's plug it in. Look at that, everyone. What type of life is it? It's the chug life. Hell yeah, dude, that looks so good right there. And you have the guitar neck in the center. Dude, I love these signs, man. They're so cool. Question of the day, where you guys ask me questions and I answer them. And today's question is from Cash Farley. Ola, what's your favorite guitar shape? Ooh, dude, what a question. I have a pretty good answer to this, but before I start answering, let's take a look on the wall right there. Okay, you have seen this wall before. It's basically, some of my favorite guitars are on this wall. And can you see somewhat of a red line with these guitars? What do we have? We have a bunch of Dimebag guitars right there. We have some sick Vs, some extreme shapes, some super strats. I mean, okay, I think this wall is basically giving away what my favorite guitar shape is. 79 burp, 91. Okay. Ever since the mid 90s, when I started playing guitar and I became a fan of Pantera, I've always been a fan of the Dimebag shape, or the ML or the Stealth right there. The Stealth came a little bit later in the 90s, I think like end 90s. That guitar right there, That was, and still is, my favorite shape ever. The Washburn 3ST Stealth right there. That's just the grail of extreme metal guitar, in my humble opinion. Obviously, there's more crazy shapes and shit like that. You know, BC Rich, that's also incredibly metal, but that's just, you know, the staple of design and taste, you know. Can I bring it down? I should. Not sure if you guys are familiar with this guitar. This is the Washburn 3ST. It's a USA model that I purchased, I think more than 10 years ago. And then I had it sent to the Washburn custom shop, and Chewy refinished the guitar because it was in a pretty bad shape. He put in some good old Domination text at the back. And I had one of these in the early 2000s that I eventually sold for some stupid fucking reason. Ola Englund, man. But I got one back, and I'm super happy to just have it. It's up on the wall, and this right here is my favorite guitar shape, I would say. I could be cheesy and say that the Solar X is my favorite guitar shape, because this is a really fucking sick guitar shape, but I just feel it's really cheesy if I say so. So, dude, this. You can't go wrong with this, man. It's either this, an X, a V, or a good old Super Strat. And in that sense, I think that the Solar Super Strat is my favorite one, because it really mixes the metal aspect as much as possible while still being a classic Super Strat, you know? See, I got to be cheesy anyways. But no, let's just say this guitar is my favorite shape. Okay? Thank you. Smells great. All right, my little friends, that was it for Sunday with Ola 201 right there. Remember, these signed vinyls, the Master of the Universe signed vinyl, are still available. It's a limited edition golden vinyl that looks like this. It's incredibly beautiful and really suits the cover of Master of the Universe right there. They come signed by me, okay? They're available from olaenglundshop.com. You can get t-shirts, you can get cups, like your shit is ass and shit like that from that website, and that really helps supporting this channel. Guys, with that said, thank you so much for staying here. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.